Hey friends, my name is Becky Truda and I am a full-time working mom and a minimalist. Today I'm going to talk to you about something I find very exciting, which is how I have learned to have a good and friendly relationship with money and how it has really changed my life, and I know it can do the same thing for you. So if that sounds good, please slam that subscribe button and hang tight. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about how I built a good relationship with money and how you can too. So the first thing that I would start with is I would think about how are you spending your money? Okay, that's a very important question. It's one of the first questions that I ask myself is how am I spending my money? And really how you can figure that out is I used an app called Mint. My husband was already using it, so it was tracking all of our spending on all of our credit cards, and it could tell us a breakdown of where our money was going. So what I found personally is that most of my money was going into shopping. It's unfortunate, that's the way it was. So buying tons of clothes that I don't need, buying things for my house that I only use once or I don't need at all, and that's where most of my money was going. But just understanding where your money is going, which might take you a month or two to really figure out the breakdown, will then help you understand how you can move forward and what you want to do with your money in the future. And what I would say, along with trying out the app called Mint and really paying attention to where your money is going that month, I would also just make sure that you have your bank account and your credit card account apps on your phone so that you can look at them every day. And that is something that when I had a really bad relationship with money, I didn't even have that and I didn't know how to access it. I didn't know the passwords. And that was really just me putting on blinders for myself because I didn't want to have to deal with it or talk about it. So once I realized the importance of tracking my money and how, it could lead to me creating some big goals for myself, I put those apps on my phone. They're on the first page of my phone so I can easily see them, and I open them up every day just to see, okay, this has gone out, or this bill I need to pay, and I have such a better understanding of where my money is going. So once you have a good understanding about where your money is going and you are tracking it, you really want to know what you're spending your money on, and is it a part of your values? Is it really adding to your life, or is it just blindly spending money like I have been doing for so long? So what I did then was I kind of wrote down my values, things that I found important. Get yourself a little notebook, write down the things that you're willing to spend your money on. And mine personally is I'm willing to spend my money on going out with friends. I'm willing to spend my money on my husband or my family. And I'm willing to spend money if it's a trip, because we love to travel. That doesn't mean that we go on all the time, and we do have to save for them. But those are things that if they come up, I know that they are important to me, and so I'm okay with them. I am okay with spending that money. The things that I have found that are not on that list are buying clothes, buying things for my house, like knickknacks and stuff that I end up having to just dust anyway, which drives me crazy. I hate doing housework. It is something that is just the bane of my existence. And so the less that you have the clutter around your house, the less you have to do for that. And, so I don't need to spend money on that because it just kind of makes me angry. And then you can kind of know what you love and you treasure. Then you know that that's where your money can go. So with that being said, I do challenge you to write down those things that you find a lot of joy from. And just know that if you actually just spent less money in those areas that don't really matter to you, like kitchen appliances, you could actually use that money for things that do bring you joy, that bring you happiness in your life, and that you could enrich your life so much more than you're doing right now. And that time that you are wasting in searching for those pieces that you think you need in your house or in your closet could be time that you're spending with people you love or doing something that you actually enjoy. Something else important to think about is that you're trying to create some kind of balance there between the time you have to spend working for this money and what you're spending it on and the activities that you enjoy, and you want to make sure those are balanced. You don't want to work a ton and then spend all of that money on things that you don't really love. So just creating a balance of, I bring this amount of money in, I'm willing to spend such and such on things that I actually enjoy, and I'm gonna forget about, maybe I'll take a no spend month on buying clothes or buying things for my house or buying toys for my kids. I'm gonna take a month off of that and see how it feels. So the last thing I kind of want to talk about when it comes to money and minimalism is that when I became a steward of my money and had a better relationship with it, what I found is that I was less envious of other people's money, their houses, the clothes they wore, the things that they had. I just became less envious of it. And I don't think it was something that was intentionally I was doing in my brain, but it just happened with the fact that I found contentment. I knew I had enough clothes, and if I really needed something, I could just replace something I had, but I gained a sense of contentment. And so I didn't need what other people had. It doesn't mean I wasn't happy for them. I'm very happy, when my friends and family are successful, when something great happens for them, it almost makes me more happy because I know I'm content with where I am. So then I don't need to be envious of anyone else. And I think that goes along with one, understanding your values, putting your money where your values are, and then simplifying your life so that you don't need to live up to other people's expectations. So a really good quote that I think kind of sums up the way I feel about money now and myself and the confidence that I've grown over the last 2 years goes like this: because one believes in oneself, one doesn't try to convince others. Because one is content with oneself, one doesn't need others' approval. Because one accepts oneself, the world accepts them too. So I just love this quote because I feel like when you do realize that you are spending your money and your time where you find value, you don't need to chase after somebody else's dreams. You don't need to be envious of what someone else is doing. You can be truly happy for them because you accept yourself and you accept the situation that you are in. And you also have the confidence to know that if you are in a bad situation with your money, you can get out of it and you know the steps in order to get out of it. If you, like we do, we still have about 8 years left on our house, paying off our house, but we have paid it off so much quicker than most people have. We're not waiting the 30 years. We're paying it off as fast as humanly possible for us. And it gives me such a satisfaction. It gives me such a great feeling knowing that we are putting our money where we find value and we are paying off our debt as quick as possible so that we do not have to stay in debt our whole life. And we can use that money instead on really putting it back into things that we love. So in closing, I just wanted to remind you that your worth does not come from things. There is nothing that you can buy that will make you a better person. What does make you a better person is knowing your values and things that are important to you and spending more time curating those values or morals that you have. That is gonna make you into the person that you can be proud of. So thank you so much for listening to me today, and I hope that it added some value to your life and that you are gonna go home, you are gonna put those bank and credit card apps on your phone, check them every day, and you're also gonna look up the Mint app and just see the kind of benefits that it can give you by showing you that breakdown. If you've liked this video about how becoming a friend with money and simplifying my life has helped me and help hopefully you, then please hit that subscribe button or throw in a comment. I'd love to hear the things that you've done at home that have helped you become a steward of your money. Have a great rest of your day.